Okay, sixth grade. Our objective today is to talk a little bit more about multiplying and dividing integers. If there's time, I'd like to talk a little bit about the coordinate plane, because that's our next lesson in this chapter. The biggest announcement for today is your Chapter 1 test is tentatively scheduled for Thursday. That means that's the earliest it will be. If we don't get as far today as I think we're going to get, it could be on Friday. So just for now, let's plan it's Thursday. The reason that I say that sometimes is I like to make sure that you guys and girls are ready for the test. I don't like this to set the test on a day and then all of a sudden you're not ready. So I always make the test based on when is the class ready as a whole. So as of now, Thursday, if I think today or tomorrow you're not going to be ready by then, I'll push it to Friday. Okay, does that sound fair? That's your first test. Part of it will be no calculator. Part of it will be calculator. You will have plenty of time to finish it in one period. And how that works is when you come in, usually at about 7:30, I'll get you guys started. And I'll explain it. That way you have that extra 5 to 6 minutes to work on it and check over your answers. Because it will be done in one class period. That way I can get them graded into the grade book. Okay? All right, so let's go over our warm-up, then we'll go over homework, and then I want to finish up the notes from Friday because I did not get to finish all of the multiplying and dividing notes. So 1A, Doug, what did you get? Good. Annalise, 1B. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll come back to that one. Okay, 1B, Mary. You did. You're good. Great job. Adam, 1C. Great job. 1D, Donatus. Have your warm-up out. Great. Don't worry about it. I'll talk to you in class. Thank you. Sorry, Adam, go ahead. Or Donatus. Sorry. Donatus. You should have your warm-up out. Okay, I'll come back to you. Matt, what did you get for 1D? Great job. And did anyone write their answer another way for 1D? Annalise, how'd you write your answer? Good. You could also have 3 and 1/8. Doesn't matter. Donatus, do you see where we are? Okay. What did you get, Donatus, for 2A? Good. Alex, 2B. Good. Zach, 2C. No. Ryer, 2C. Good. 2D. Emma M. Good job. Okay. So check your answers on the warm-up. Questions. Doug. Yes, that would be great. Yes, that's fine. Jeremy. Can we go over it? You sure? Okay. Annalise, what number? What part of 1? Okay. 1A, I'm not going to go over long division right now because we're going to do that in a couple chapters from now. But the important thing, Annalise, that I wanted you to know is that when you're dividing 2 positives, the answer is positive. Okay. And then part B, there's a couple ways you can do this. One way is you can change 1.2 to 1 2/10. And then you can change that to an improper fraction, which is 12/10. So one way to do this is change 1.2 to 12/10. And then you're dividing that by 5. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing, Annalise, but what you could do is, remember, keep, change, flip from Friday. You can do that. And I'm going to do more of those today in the notes. So try that. You should get 0.24 or 6/25. You can have it as either a decimal or a fraction. Does that help a little bit? Okay, Emma M. Okay, 1C, we have 2/3 divided by 3. So you need to do keep, change, flip. So keep the first one, change division to multiplication, flip the second number, multiply across the top, across the bottom, you get 2/9. Okay. And we only did a little bit of that Friday, so that's understandable. We're going to do more of that today. Annalise? Okay, anyone else on the warm-up? Okay, let's go over practice 1.7. So go ahead and take out your homework. Practice 1.7. If you don't already have it out. Okay, 1.7, Annalise. Okay, so keep 12 tenths, change this to multiplication, and then flip 1 over 10, or 1 over 10, 1 over 5, multiply across the top, across the bottom. You get 12 over 50, which reduces to 6 over 25. Okay? Okay, practice 1.7, Alyssa, number 1. Good, negative. Number 2, Emma H. Good. Mary, number 3. Good. Sean, number 4. Great job. Briar, number 5. Good. Justin, number 6. Great job. Doug, number 7. Good. Matt, number 8. Great. Alex, number 9. Good job. Jeremy, number 10. Nope. Number 10. Careful, you were multiplying. I think you divided by accident. Okay. Emma M. Good. 252. Number 11. Annalise. Good. Negative 3. Number 12 is 34, since you guys can see it. Zach, number 13. Good. Negative 63. Number 14. Adam. Good. Donatus, number 15. Good. 231. Number 16. Justin. Good. Negative 960. Number 17. Annalise. Great. Sean, number 19. Or I meant to say 18. Yes, good job. 19. Emma H. Okay. Next time, email me or ask me when you get here in the morning. Okay. Anyone get 19? Want to share that with us? Justin? Great. 20, you get 32. 21, you get negative 81. Annalise? Just means multiply or divide. So simplify the expression completely, which means follow order of operations. Well, because it's math. Mary? Okay, I'll come back to them in a minute. Okay, let's go over the second part of the answers here. So 22, Briar, what kind of inequality symbol did you use? Okay, so ready? Here, let me show you. If it looks like an L, which is like a loser sign, it means less than. So you know how if you try to make an L with both of your hands, if it looks like this, it's less than. Because this is not an L, but this is. Does that make sense? All right, less than. Well, no, I'm saying that because that gets confusing for some people. So even though you guys might be laughing a little, some people do get confused. Okay, next one, Emma M. Oh, yeah, go ahead. That's a great way. That's a great idea. Same with an alligator's mouth. Could work the same way. I learned that when I went to St. Sebastian about the alligator's mouth. Yes. Mary, you too? Okay. They must still do that, right? Oh, there we go. That's a great analogy. Sean? Yeah, that's a great way. I like to give students too, like the L method. That way you know this one's less than. The other one's greater than. Okay, 23, that's greater than. The alligator or Pac-Man's mouth is going to eat something. 24 is 15. 25 is negative 6. And who would like to tell us the mean lowest wind chill temperature in 26? Zach. Negative 5 degrees Celsius. Very important that you keep the units on there so that we know that it's degrees Celsius. Okay, Mary, I'm going to start with yours, and then I'll come back to everyone else's questions. Okay, so Mary, you said 17 was one of them? Okay. All right, so number 17, we have 20. So if anyone missed 17, please pay attention so I do not have to do it twice. 20 times negative 13 times negative 32. Okay, so this is 17. 000 tells us multiply from left to right. 20 times negative 13 is negative 260. Okay, I'm just going to drop down negative 32, and that's how you get positive 8,320. Okay, and then 21 you said as well. Okay, 21, we have negative 9 times 27 all over 3. So you need to multiply what's in the numerator first. You get negative 243. So remember, do what's in the numerator first, simplify what's in the denominator if you need to, and then divide. So did you just maybe multiply wrong on the top? Okay, anyways, here's what I need you to remember. Multiply the numbers in the numerator first. If you need to multiply them in the denominator, which in this case we don't, and then divide. Using your rules we talked about on Friday with the negatives and positives of multiplication and division. Okay, Annalise, were you going to ask about these numbers too? Okay, did you have another number? Okay. Okay, just making sure. Zach? That works. Good job. We're going to do something like that today. Perfect, Zach. Justin. Yeah, I'll make sure I clarify that next time if the directions seem weird. They just mean simplify the expression, which is multiply or divide or add, subtract if that was the case. So just from left to right. Yeah, it just means solve it, but really it technically means simplify because there's not anything to solve for. That's why they write simplify down, because it's an expression. There's not an equal sign. But yeah, you could think of it like solve though, for now, until we get into an equation. Then you guys will know there's a big difference. Mary? Exactly, yes. Okay, so any other questions on this? Okay, any questions on those two papers that I had on your desk this morning? Okay, everything's in the grade book. Have you guys give me a head nod this way or this way. Have you had a chance to check the grade book yet? Some of you, yes, some of you. Okay, those of you that are no's, please try to do that soon so you can keep up with all the grades I enter. I answer them every day. So you want to keep up and make sure that I don't make a mistake, and also so you're aware of what you have in the class, especially because we have a test coming up this week. You want to make sure you know where you are. Doug? Okay, well, it's there. So just log on. It's there. Annalise? Yeah, check. Annalise, sorry. Progress book, yep. Nope, it's just wherever you go to look for your grades, it'll be there. Okay? You mean to get to progress book or to get to the grades for this class? No. Nope, same. My grade book is connected to all of yours. You'll see it. Yep. Okay, I need everyone to open up your notes to page 22. So you can put your homework packet away, open up your notes to page 22. I want to finish up the notes from Friday and then possibly start to talk a little bit about coordinate plane. If not, we'll save that for tomorrow. So we left off with the whole keep, change, flip thing. What do we use this for? Why did we talk about keep, change, flip on Friday? Mary? Good, it's divide fractions. And what does that mean in your own words? Alyssa? Awesome. Keep the first fraction, change division to multiplication, and then flip the second fraction. That's how you divide all fractions. Okay, what was the other rule from Friday that we talked about? When you're multiplying and dividing integers, how do we know whether the answer is positive or negative? This goes for all multiplication and division problems. Justin, how do we know? Good job. If there's an even number of negative signs, the answer is positive. If there's an odd number of negative signs, the answer is going to be negative. That's easy. To me, and I don't know, do you guys agree that those rules are easier than addition and subtraction? Do you guys agree? I think that rule is much easier than all the addition and subtraction rules, but you can disagree to that. All right, so we are on, Donata's head up, please. We're on, where it says find the quotient underneath example 2, we're on letter D. So let's do this one together. 18 divided by -2/9. My first question for you is the answer going to be positive or negative? Annalise? Good, why negative? Negative sign, good. So there's an odd number of negative signs, the answer is going to be negative. So I'm just going to rewrite using the division symbol, 18 divided by -2/9. We are going to take care of rewrite the first term, change division to multiplication, flip the second fraction. What is the inverse or reciprocal of -2/9? Adam, what's the reciprocal? Good, -9/2. When you have a fraction, does it matter where you put the negative sign? No. You can put it with the top number, with the bottom number, or in the middle. It does not matter. So the multiplicative inverse or reciprocal of a number is just when you flip it. All right. Now, what should we do with that 18 to make it a little bit easier to multiply? What should we do, Alyssa? Good. Put a 1 on the bottom. Now, there's something at this point, before we multiply across the top, across the bottom, there's something called cross-simplifying. Have you guys heard of that? Okay, I'm going to do that, but if you don't like it, you don't have to. Okay, so cross-simplifying means you're going to ask yourself, look diagonally across the numbers. Do 1 and 9, can we simplify 1 and 9 any further? No. Let's look at the 2 and the 18. Can we cross-simplify? In other words, is there a common denominator for each of those numbers? Alyssa, what is it? Good. 2 goes into both of these numbers. So this is something extra. You do not have to do this. 2 goes into 2 one time. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So I cross-simplified, which means, is there a number that's divisible by each of those? This is more of a Chapter 5 topic. But again, guys, since you're 2 years advanced, I like to throw some extra things at you every once in a while. At that point, all you do is multiply across the top, across the bottom. So 9 times -9 is -81. 1 times 1 is 1. Now, let's say you don't like that way that I just did. Let's say that's confusing to you. If you do it the normal way, ignore what I crossed off. You have 18 times -9, which is -162. 2 times 1, which is 2. 162 divided by 2 is -81. So, no matter how you do it, you get the same answer. Show of hands, who right now, who thinks they like the cross-simplify way better? Okay, who likes this way better? Okay, and that's fine, doesn't matter. Okay, Annalise, you had your hand up. Oh. Good. Do you like it better? Good. Yeah, I just think it's a little bit faster. That way you don't have to use a calculator, because sometimes these numbers will get to be pretty large. It's a pain. Donatus. Okay, that's exciting. You don't seem too thrilled by that. Last year my teacher showed us. You don't care. And you said you like this way better, right? Okay. And that's fine. Doesn't matter, you get the same answer. Doug. Okay. All right, I want you guys and girls to try E and F. When you're done, put your pencil down. So try E and F. When you're done, put your pencil down. Oh, hey, good job. You need to let me explain that first, because those aren't right.
Oh.
Okay, so hold on. This is right. What did you get for this one, letter E?
I thought the same answer was this.
That's not right. So do letter E again, please. Yeah, perfect. So just E and F, and then put your pencil down. Don't go too far ahead in these notes, because the ones at the bottom you've never learned before. Bless you. Keep, change, flip when you're dividing fractions. Keep, change, flip. You guys are doing a great job. That should be positive. Negative times the negative is always positive. You're good. You have the answer. Good. Great job. Good. Are you still, you're thinking on this one? Okay. That one needs to be done again. Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. That should be a negative, though. Negative times a positive is always a negative. Good job. Yes, you may. Perfect. Yep. This is always the first one. Whatever comes first is the first one. Yep. Good job. You got them both right. Do that one again. That one. Do that one again. This one's right. Do that one again. Keep, change, flip. You forgot to flip this to 1 over 18. That's why. Okay. Letter E. Alyssa, what did you get? Good. Letter E should be 6. It's a positive 6 because there's an even set of negative symbols. There's 2 of them, so it's positive. Okay, letter F was harder. Some of you guys got this wrong because you forgot to flip the second number. What'd you get, Alex, for letter F? Good. -1/45. You have an odd number of negative signs, so the answer is negative. If you made a mistake, a lot of you guys I saw, let me show you, you forgot it should be keep, change, and then flip 18 to be 1 over 18. So at that point, you can cross simplify if you want. If not, multiply across the top, across the bottom. You will still get the same answer. Doug. Keep, change, flip. So you keep the first fraction, always. Change division and multiplication. Flip the second term or fraction. You just follow order of operation rules. You do the same thing. So keep, change, flip in that order, just like order of operations has to be in that order. Okay? Mary. Wait. So you mean like this one? How it's a -1 over a positive 45? No, because no matter where, I could even put the negative sign like this. Or I can put it like this. No matter where I put the negative sign, all that means is the fraction is negative. That's a great question. And that always, I know that always confuses this class. Well, why doesn't it have to go with one of the numbers? Because that fraction is one thing. Does that kind of answer your question? And we'll get into more of that. Chapter 5 deals all with fractions and long division. Emma M? Like 6 over 1? What did you get? Oh, you just need to divide. No, wait. No, you messed up on that one. Hold on. So -16 divided by -8/3. Okay, so keep, change, flip. So for letter E, we have -16, change, and then flip. I think you forgot to flip the second number. You okay? Okay. Emma, you with me? So keep the first term, change division to multiplication, and then flip the second fraction. At this point, you can cross simplify. So you could change this to be 8 goes into 8 one time, 8 goes into 16. I'm going to keep that as a -2. And then -2 times -3 is +6. Do you like to cross simplify or no? Okay. So does that help? Anyone else? Okay, let's go to number Jeremy. What did you do? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's the same thing that's up here. You just didn't simplify. So negative 16 times negative 3, and then you divide it by 8. So you have 48 divided by 8, which is still 6. So that's fine. You just didn't cross simplify. Okay, let's take a look at the mean problem. This is very similar to the one in your homework. So if Andy recorded the low temperature each night at his home during January, over 5 consecutive nights he recorded temperatures, negative 2 degrees Celsius, negative 10 degrees Celsius, 6 degrees Celsius, negative 1 degree Celsius, and 2 degrees Celsius. What was the mean low temperature at his home for these nights? First question, what does 5 consecutive nights mean? What does that word consecutive mean? So we all know. Matt? Good. 5 nights in a row, back to back. Okay. What does it mean when they ask us, what's the mean low temperature? Sounds kind of confusing. Zach, what does that mean? It's the average of all the low temperatures. He recorded the low temperatures each evening. How do we find average? Emma H., how do we find average? Great job. We add all the numbers up and divide by how many there are. How many temperatures are there? Doug? Ooh, what did I do here? I forgot about a plus sign. Thank you. 5. Let me rewrite this part. I don't know why I just did that. Plus 6 plus negative 1. Okay, so we're adding all the temperatures up and then dividing by how many there are. That's the mean, which in other words is the average. Briar, question or do you have an answer? Okay, what do we do first before you give us the answer? What did you do first? Yep. No, shouldn't get 21 when you add all of them up. Did you add them from left to right? So for example, negative 2 plus negative 10 is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 6 is negative 6. You know what I mean? I'm not going to keep going because I want someone else. Mary, did you add them all up? Good. When you add all of them up, you get negative 5. Emma M? Good job. The answer here is negative 1 degrees Celsius. That's the average or mean low temperature for the temperature that he recorded for those nights. Briar, are you okay? Okay. Any questions on that one? Okay, I'm going to do 3 more problems, then I'll explain homework. Okay, number 4, I will warn you. This, for some reason, this part of the notes is always the most confusing. I did a lot of these last year, and it was still confusing to some of the people in the class. So if some of you are daydreaming right now, I need your fullest attention to these 3 problems, okay, because I'm only going to do 3 today. So it still says that word you love, simplify. We are simplifying an expression, okay? What that means is, and I know Adam tried to do this on Friday, we need to simplify these 2 numbers, and we need to simplify these 2 numbers. So you have 2 terms in the numerator, 1 term in the denominator. Here's the easiest way to do this. Take these 2 numbers, write them as a fraction. Take these 2 numbers, write them as a fraction, and then simplify your fraction like this. 2x over negative 4. You see where I got that from right here? Second term, hold on 1 second, Annalise, is minus 8 over negative 4. So I took these 2 numbers here, they make 1 fraction. I took these 2 numbers here, they make another fraction. And let me pause. Annalise, what's your question? Go ahead. Don't split up the division signs. I see what you're thinking, but it's still, we're writing them as a fraction, even though there's 2 division problems in here, but you can think of it as you're splitting it in half. They're the exact same thing. A negative sign and a subtraction sign mean the exact same thing. I'll show you. So it doesn't matter how you say it or how it looks, they're the exact same thing. Does anyone else have a question on how I just split these up? Some of you look a little bit confused. Mary? It does. Oh, I'm getting to that. Yeah, you're just ahead of me. Okay, so let's simplify. Hold on one second, Doug. 2 over negative 4 simplifies to what? 2 over negative 4 simplifies to what? Emma M. That's okay. Good job. So 2 over negative 4 just reduces to 1 over negative 2. Now here's what Mary was asking about. Negative divided by negative 4 is what? What's negative divided by negative 4? Sorry, negative 8 divided by negative 4. Well, how do we simplify that? Emma H? What kind of 2? Plus 2. So let me say that again. Negative 8 divided by negative 4 is a positive 2. That is why this is in that set. That's why this problem's in this lesson, because when you're dividing two negatives, like Mary was asking me, why would you have a fraction with 2 negative signs? You shouldn't. A fraction with 2 negative signs changes to a positive, whatever the quotient ends up being. Put a big box around this. That is the simplified answer for letter A. That is as simple as you can get. Let me explain it one other way in case this helps. All we did was take a division problem, and we simplified it by saying 2x over negative 4 is the same thing as 1x over negative 2. Negative 8 divided by negative 4 is the same thing as positive 2. We didn't change the value of the problem, we simplified it. You will need this in Algebra 1. So this is something that will become natural to you later this year, if not by tomorrow, if you're not already. Annalise? Right, because you can't, because one of them has an x, the other one does not. So there's something next chapter we're going to talk about, which is a like term. These are not like terms, so you have to leave it like that. And we'll talk about that in chapter 2. Okay, Mary? Okay, what do you think? You divided wrong, but you're correct. What's negative 6 divided by 3? Yep. So here's what Mary just did. Negative 6y divided by 3 is negative 2y. 18, positive 18 divided by positive 3 is positive 6. Yep, so let me now write it as fractions if you like to do that. Here's what the fractions would look like. Negative 6y divided by positive 3 is the first fraction. The second fraction, I'm going to put a plus sign here, is going to be positive 18 over positive 3. And I got that from those two numbers on the right. Now, it's up to you whether you like to write out the fractions or you like to do it in your head just by looking at them. I'm okay with either way on this kind of problem. Annalise? Nope. All you're doing is taking negative 6 divided by 3. And you get 2. 18 divided by 3, we get 6. It's a division problem, but we're just simplifying it. Alyssa? Great job. Very good job. Maybe you guys are better than last year's class. I shouldn't say that. Good job. Jeremy?
So you don't actually solve the problem.
You simplify. And here's for everyone, you can't solve a problem if it doesn't have an equal sign. So that's why they're saying simplify for all expressions. It kind of gets annoying. You can't solve something unless there's an equal sign in there. And that's something they probably should teach you in elementary school, but I'll embed that into your head this year. So you guys will know. If there's an equal sign, I can find an answer. So here's how Alyssa did letter C. Negative 10c over negative 5 is the first fraction that we're going to divide and or simplify. Minus 20 over negative 5 is the second fraction. So does, okay, good, I'm glad. Does everyone see how I split those up? Annalise? It's a subtraction sign and a negative sign are always the same thing. Always. And even if you're thinking of it like a subtraction sign, Annalise, you can't subtract these numbers because this has a C and this does not. Okay, I'm getting you guys a little bit ahead to think about chapter 2. So all we're doing, and Annalise, never think of subtraction because in these kind of problems, we're just dividing. Negative 10 divided by negative 5 is positive 2. Okay? Negative 20 divided by negative 5, like Alyssa said, is positive 4. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Put a big square rectangle around that. Got the answer. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs out on those 3 problems. We're going to do more tomorrow. We just need to see how the start of that was. And be honest with me because I always teach by you guys, not by my lesson plans. Okay, thank you. Annalise, one more question? This one? Yep. Because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So a positive, just like a positive and an addition sign are the same thing. Just like a minus sign and a subtraction sign are the same thing. You do. If you did not write the positive, it would look like this. So if I just had 2C4, what could you interpret that as? Zach? Yeah, that looks like a multiplication problem. You're now changing the value of the problem. You can't change the value of the problem. You need to keep it just like it was. We're just simplifying it. Okay, we're going to do more of these tomorrow. So if those of you, if you guys still have questions, your homework is not on this tonight. Sometimes I like to leave you with things to think about. Okay? Okay. Any other questions or comments? Donatus. I'll tell you tomorrow. Okay?
Teachers, pardon the interruption. Due to bus evacuations this morning, our attendance was not recorded accurately. First period teachers, I need your help.
Okay, homework. Open up your homework packets, page 20.
Your name, teacher name at the top of the page. Then list the names of all students during your first period class who are absent.
Okay.
Your name at the top.
Homework packet, page 20. Listen carefully.
Then please return that sheet of paper to the Dean of Students' office.
Okay, I need everyone on page 20. You're going to do all of this, and I also want you to do the puzzle, okay? This homework is kind of a little review for your test this week. It incorporates addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay, I'm going to say this really slowly because some of you have not been listening. Use another sheet of paper to show your work. I can't say that enough. Use another sheet of paper to show your work. Answers need to go on this worksheet, and I'd like you to attempt the puzzle. The instructions are at the top. Read the directions. I want you guys and girls to get used to reading directions carefully because some of you are not doing that so far this year. It's a fun little puzzle. It asks you, why did the ant run across the cracker box? So if it doesn't make sense, if you think it's low, then something's wrong. This incorporates all the rules, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So I want you to think about them as you're doing this tonight. Tomorrow, I'm going to do more of those simplify problems, okay? And we're going to talk about the coordinate plane. When you do your homework tonight, if you want to fold your loose leaf this way so that you make 4 quadrants, just like the puzzle, it might be easier to organize your work. That's completely up to you how you want to organize your work. Doug.